All right, welcoming you to chair yoga. Whether you're joining me live, it's always nice to see the live faces, whether they're human or canine or feline, or whether you're joining me in the recording. So a few of you had written in that you wouldn't be able to make class today for various reasons. So just know that we are feeling your presence here anyway, if you didn't manage to make it to the live class. And I do have a dog barking outside the door, and I'm so sorry for that. He'll probably get the picture in a little while. Usually starts to relax as I start to use my yoga voice. So speaking of which, why don't we dive into some relaxation? Today I wanted to share a class with you sort of geared towards caring for the heart and lungs, this part of the body. So before we do that, we have to do all the other things to get to the heart. That's rooting down through the feet, right? So take a moment to explore your root, your connection with the earth. That could be the feet, that could be the seat. Finding stability in your posture. And then maybe noticing your hips for a moment, nice loose hips. So maybe just kind of feeling your pendulum, that is the sacrum, kind of moving back and forth a little bit, and then finding what feels like the most stable way to sit. And then we'll notice our posture. So with working with the heart area, one thing you tend to notice with people is this sort of rounded nature. And I think that we sometimes go through life protecting ourselves from stress and from things that don't feel pleasant, and we do develop a rounded nature because of that. And so our class today is a little bit about opening this area. So of course, if you could just for a moment notice how you're holding your chest, and if there's any little movements you want to take to kind of shift into class, you can go ahead and do that. And then from here, I'm just going to place a hand on my heart. Maybe two hands if you need two hands today. Finding your breath as it moves in through the nose and out through the nose or mouth. You might soften the gaze or close the eyes altogether. And as I breathe into this chest area, this hand, where the hands rest, you can just call into your mind's eye an image of yourself, at your most carefree, peaceful, happy self. And sometimes we might have to go all the way back to being kids for this image. And to this person, we're going to repeat that's a part of the loving kindness meditation. So conjuring this image of yourself, your most carefree self, and repeating the words, may I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. May I be at ease. Repeating that again, may I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. May I be at ease. And just breathing in that unconditional love you're giving yourself right now. To quote Oscar Wilde, to love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. So I'd like you to think about that as we move through our class today. This balance of giving and receiving that we give ourselves love to. All right. Bringing the hands down into the lap whenever you're ready. We'll just do our usual rolling the shoulders up, back, and down a few times, kind of rinsing the tension away. Maybe the arms come down at the sides all the way. That's good. And feeling your presence with me today. Maybe we go in the other direction. And then perhaps moving the head and neck in any way that would feel releasing of tension. So could be tipping one ear towards one shoulder, or tucking the chin, or making circular movements, or all of the above. Spending a little time noticing and observing what your neck is feeling like today. Might feel stressed or tense. And if that's the case, reserving no judgment for this, just noticing it, observing it, moving through it, and breathing through it. And then if it's in your practice, you could just rub the hands together a little bit, yes, and reach up, give yourself a little neck massage if that would feel good. So self-touch is one of those things that is, a great tool for creating this relationship with oneself. And you know exactly where you feel you might need it. And then from here, we'll just go ahead and continue the massage down to the hands, or to the dog if you've got one in your lap. Right, so yeah, the jaw is a great place to massage. I love that, Bill. Just taking the time, spending time where you need a little bit of extra attention. That's great, Leslie. Just noticing. One of my teachers says that the hands do the work of the heart. And so we're going to focus a lot on kind of opening and using the hands and the arms today. So let's go ahead and open the arms out to the sides. And then release the hands onto the heart. So I'm going to inhale, and then I'm going to exhale and open. It's a little bit different from what I normally do. Inhale, receiving. Exhale, giving. Inhale, taking it in. Exhale, giving it out. Breathing in, drawing it in. Exhale, giving it out. Finding this balance between receiving as we inhale and giving as we exhale. We're going to take one more. Bring it on in. Exhale, give it on out. And then we'll bring the arms all the way up and the hands to heart center. So let's take that a few more times. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale. Exhale, feel the press of your palms. Inhale. Exhale. Good. We'll take 3 more arm salutes. And then bringing the hands here to heart center in Anjali Mudra. You could shift the gaze down, notice the feet on the earth. And find some small thing just to be grateful for in this moment right now. And then we'll interlace the fingers together and push the palms away. Lift the hands up towards the sky, and maybe side bend from one side to the other a little bit, just to stretch the shoulders. And then we'll release the arms back down when you're ready. Grab onto the chair. Inhale, lift the heart. Maybe you lift the chin too for neck extension if you like. And this is one of those beautiful moments where we're feeling this openness across the chest. See if you can breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And when you're ready, just releasing the arms. Good. And then I'll bring my hands to my lap and just begin to move the spine. So rounding and arching the back, staying safe and careful if you have back issues today, or if you're caring for osteoporosis, maybe you don't round as aggressively, but I'm just moving my spine, waking up my spine. Noticing what I notice. Maybe taking 3 more stretches of my spine. And then we'll come back to neutral. And I'm going to bring my right foot over the edge of my mat to the right and extend my left leg behind me. Maybe the knee stays bent. Maybe I'll straighten my leg if I feel like there's a little more room. So I can feel the stretch in my left hip, right? So you do what feels best for you. Just getting settled here. And then we're going to lift that left arm up and over and back. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe go the other direction. Breathing in, breathing out. That's good, Helena. She's following her gaze to the hand. Right? It almost looks like she's looking at her hand with love. Love of the way that her body is moving today. You could do one more either direction. And releasing back to center. I hope you don't mind the commentary there. And then we'll move to the other side. Yeah, thumbs up. I'll take my left foot off the edge of my chair and extend my right leg to whatever degree feels safe. Maybe the knee stays bent. It's a nice lunge to kind of open up the hips a little bit. You grab onto the chair or your thigh, and then we're just circling the arm, the right arm up and over with the breath. Maybe you want to move the other direction. That's good, Leslie. Just finding what feels best for you. And you could take it maybe one more circle in the other direction. That's good, Cindy. And coming back to center, I'm going to bring a little space between my feet. Come to the edge of my chair. And I'm just going to pick up my heels, pick up my toes. With this, knees are wide and knees pointed in the same direction as the toes. And then I'll just plant my feet down and open my arms out into my goddess shape, right? So I'm just going to be opening and closing my fists. And I'm firming my muscle along my arm bones and breathing. You might want to exhale through the mouth or make Ujjayi breath with sound. Maybe you get faster. Okay, maybe this is enough. That's good, Judy. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms open wide. Give yourself a hug. One arm on top. Notice which arm is on top. Take a breath. Open the arms out to the sides. Give yourself a hug. Opposite arm on top. Big breath in. Good, and then we're going to do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale, opposite arm on top. Maybe you tuck the chin if that would feel good. Inhale, open wide, and last time. Give yourself a fond embrace. I was going to say the embrace of a lifetime, but maybe it's just a fond embrace today. Yes. And we'll release out of that. Good. And then I'm just going to walk my feet back to center and take a little walk. So lifting one leg at a time. Seeing how this feels. If you need the support of the chair, you can slide back to the back of the chair. Just noticing how this feels today. And if I wanted to maybe extend one leg all the way long, or I could keep my knee bent, just depending on what I'm experiencing in my body. And getting the juices flowing, right? The proverbial juices, meaning synovial fluid. And then I might keep my right leg lifted and roll the right ankle. Breathing, rooting down with the other foot, going the other direction. And then switching sides, left leg out, roll the ankle. Move the other direction. If you ever need to stay longer with something, please do, or skip it altogether, totally up to you. All right, so now I'm going to take a moment to kind of think about my transition to standing. So we're going to transition to standing, but I'm not in a hurry. So I want to remind myself that sometimes these transitions, I jump up like a jack in the box and there's something in front of me I might trip over, right? So I'm going to take my time and make that transition slowly and in whatever way suits me today. So coming to stand and, maybe taking a moment to kind of get your bearings, right? If you're in a space you're not used to being in today, or if you need like a little sip of water, or if the dog needs to be pet, you can see we're having a mellow class today. All right, so coming to my chair and resting my fingertips on the chair. And just like we do in every class, just noticing the toes to start. So I'll turn towards you so you can see my toes. I'm going to lift all 10 toes up, spread them nice and wide, and plant them back down. Lift all 10 toes, spread them nice and wide, plant them back down. And one more time, all 10 toes, spread them wide, plant them back down. And then we'll press just the big toes down. Lift all the little toes. Press the little toes down, lift the big toes, maybe. Moving back and forth. Little toes lift, big toes lift. Maybe this is so easy for you. And if that's the case, you could try closing your eyes. And I might just make one more round of toe exercises. And then we'll move to some calf raises. So let's see if we can do 10 calf raises today. Maybe you need the chair, maybe you don't. I'm just coming up onto my tiptoes and coming back down. And maybe the breath moves with me. Maybe I rest a hand on my heart. Breathing in, breathing out. Maybe my arms want to be involved in this in some way, like whatever works for you. Maybe one arm lifting, one hand on the chair. Maybe you can slow it down. We'll take 4 more. That's good, Emily. Really like that, slow and steady. Really nice, Judy B. Really getting that arm action in there. I love it. I love it. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to come to the back of the chair, and I'm going to step back a little bit today. Rather than doing a down dog, I'm going to do an up dog, right? So I'm putting a little bit of weight into my hands. Maybe my elbows bend a little bit. Please make sure your chair is not going to move, right? So that's the key. You can always do this on a wall if you don't feel safe with your chair. And I've got my heels lifted, a little bit of bend to my arms, and I'm lifting my heart. So there's a little bit of an arch to my back, and the chest is open, and I'm just taking a breath. Good. And then you might come back to down dog if you like, lengthening the spine and looking down and taking some breaths into the back of the body, right? Feeling that the lungs moving at the back of the body, right? All of that beautiful space. That's good, Pat. And then we're coming up nice and slow. And we're going to step the right foot forward and the left foot back at a little bit of an angle for a warrior 1. So warrior 1, I might just keep my right knee bent, left leg is straight. And then I'll see how I'm feeling today. If I feel stable and solid, I might lift both arms up. Right? Maybe I keep one hand on the chair. Maybe those hands are together. And as I inhale, I'll straighten my leg. And as I exhale, I'll bring my hands to heart center. Right? So warrior one. Inhale. Then exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Breathing in. Breathing out. Right? If you need to do a static warrior one, that's totally fine. Breathing in, extending. Breathing out, hands to heart center. And we'll take one more. Good. And then I'll bring my hands to my chair and just step forward to my mountain pose. And I might take a breath here in my mountain pose. And then stepping the right foot back. So the left foot's forward. A little bit of an angle to that back foot. Bending into my left knee. This side could feel different. So, make it yours. Make it strong. Maybe just the right arm lifts. Or maybe you're feeling like both arms can lift. The palms together. Right? You do you. Maybe just the hands on the heart center. That's good. And then I'll straighten my left knee. Inhale. And as I exhale, I'll bring the hands back down. Good. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right? Taking maybe 3 more. Or if you're done, you're done. Or if you need more, go for it. Good. 1 more. Beautiful. And then I'm just stepping up to my mountain pose and maybe taking that up dog again. Right? So I take my feet back a little bit, come onto my tippy toes, a little bend to the elbow and lift the heart. So I get a little arch to my back and I'm kind of pretending that I'm Cody the dog and my tail is lifted. And then I might come to a downward facing dog and really stretch the back out. So this might feel good, Helena, to stretch your back a little bit. That's good, Pat. You got it, Bill. Just breathing into the back body. Feeling all the surface area of the lungs at the back of the body. That's good, Anne. Can you take 1 more breath? And then we're coming up nice and slow. And taking the feet together. So taking the feet together, and I'll step my right foot in front of the left, heel to toe. A little bend to the knees. And then I might let go of my chair with 1 hand or both hands, depending on how I'm feeling. This feels really challenging today. Maybe I even bring a little extra space between the feet. If you're feeling really wobbly today, please keep a hand on the chair. If you want to add a layer of challenge, you could have the eyes move to the right, eyes move to the left. See how that affects your balance? Maybe you want to take 1 more breath with me here. And then as you're ready, come out of it. Walk it out a little bit. Dance it out. You need to dance. Get that Tuesday dance party going. And then we'll come to the feet together. Left foot in front of the right. The side could feel different. So honoring that observation of yourself. Little bend to both knees, weight in both feet. And then I'm just sort of challenging my edge and finding my edge. And if I wanted to challenge my balance a little bit more, I could use the eyes. So maybe the eyes looking up, the eyes looking down. Finding my breath, finding my stable root. And if I fall out of it, I say that's great, because that means you're challenging it. That's the only way we'll improve. Good. Beautiful, beautiful. Coming out of it when you're ready, walking it out. Dancing it out. Maybe a little hip circle, like you've got an imaginary hula hoop, slow motion hula hoop. All right, I want to get into some lunges, and I want us to remember that breath we took where we inhaled with the hands at heart center and then we exhaled and opened the arms. So we're going to be doing this in a lunge pose, but let's just try it in mountain pose, right? So inhale and exhale. Inhale, receiving. Exhale, giving. Breathing in, gathering all of that love for yourself. And exhale, spreading that love and joy to all the others in our class today. Maybe we take one more. Beautiful. And now let's create the foot foundation. So I'm going to step my right foot forward and my left foot back. You could do a warrior one foot shape if this feels painful for you in any way in your foot, to keep the back heel lifted. So I've got my all 10 toes pointed in the same direction. My back heel's lifted. I'm bending into my right knee, and I feel quite a nice stretch on my left hip. Right, so this is where things get tricky, because you might notice that your balance is impacted just by being in this shape. So if that's you, you want to do one arm only. Okay, so taking one hand to the heart. We'll just try it with one hand to start. Taking an inhale, exhale, open. Maybe you switch sides. Inhale, exhale, open. Maybe you try both. Inhale, exhale, open. And one more. Inhale and exhale, open. All right. And then we'll go ahead and start to bring the weight into this right foot. I'm grabbing onto my chair, and I'm just going to kick the left leg up a few times. Right? So weight in the right foot, kick the left leg up. Finding what works for you. Maybe you stay lifted. Maybe you take a soft bend to the right knee. That's our version of a warrior 3. And then as you're ready, releasing out of this, and we'll switch sides. So left foot forward, right foot back, back heel lifted, if that feels okay for you. All right, I'm going to do this one hand at a time. So hand on the heart, inhale, exhale, open. Maybe the other side, inhale, exhale. Maybe both arms if you feel stable. Inhale, hands to the heart. Exhale. Maybe you keep the hands on the chair the whole time. That's completely fine. Breathing in, breathing out. Gathering that breath in for yourself. And then giving that carbon dioxide to the plants that need it. Right? Maybe we'll take one more breath. I think I did more on this side. Feeling this side. Good. And then I'll bring my hands to the chair. Start to bring the weight into my left foot, however you want to get there. And I'm lifting my right leg up a few times. Just seeing how that would feel. It's a good back strengthener, right? But take care if you're caring for your back. And maybe you keep that right leg lifted for a moment, for a breath. And then as you're ready, you could just step back to your down dog. Stepping back to your down dog and taking 3 breaths, breathing into the back of the body. Breathing out, maybe you sigh it out the mouth. Nobody can hear you. Breathing in, sigh it out the mouth. Good, and one more. That's good, and then we'll come up nice and slow. All right, so I'm just going to reset here, and we'll get into some warrior 2 stuff. If you need to take a little breather, grab a sip of water, whatever you need. Awesome, Cindy. I'm loving the effort. Take care of you if it gets too much, right? If it gets too much, I'd rather that you sat and breathed through that. So I'm going to bring a wide space between my feet. A wide space between my feet, all 10 toes pointing in the same direction to start. And I'll just take a little hip circle in one direction. And it's like a really subtle little movement. And I don't care what I look like, and I'm not looking at you. So Maybe move the other direction. Free the hips, right? And then we'll move into our warrior two. So I'm going to start with my right foot to the right, angle my left foot in and bend into my right knee. So you might get here and need to make some adjustments. Whatever those are, please take the time so you feel solid in our warrior two. Right foot forward, left foot. And then I'm going to lift my right arm over my right knee. Yeah, you can do that seated, Pat. That's good. Left hand behind you or on the hip, depending on your shoulders today. You could take a peek back at that left arm. Yeah, that's good, Judy. I don't know why that left arm doesn't listen to me. And then gazing over that right hand and maybe finding that intention today. Maybe it's something really simple. I am worthy of love. You could hold here. If you want to flow a little bit with me, you could bring that, flip that right palm to the sky. Inhale, trace the ceiling, straightening the right leg and coming back to your warrior two. Notice how I brought my left hand to the chair for balance, for stability. And I might flow through another one or two here. Getting a good stretch for the side body. And then as I'm ready, I'm going to switch sides. Left foot to the left, angle that right foot in, bend into the left knee. That's good, Anne. Staying with me here. And when you're ready, left hand over the left knee. Right arm reaching behind you. Just notice where it is in space. That's great, Pat. And softening those shoulders as we gaze over the left hand. I am worthy of love. Sinking into this strong warrior. Can we be warriors for ourselves first and then for others? And then we're going to flip that left hand and reverse the warrior. Moving back and forth between reverse warrior and warrior two, whatever that might feel like for you today. That's good, Bill. Finding the breath. Just showing up for yourself today. Good, and then we'll come back to center. All right, I'm gonna walk my feet together and come around to the left side of my chair. So we're gonna take one more standing pose. Coming around to the left side of my chair, we'll take tree pose like we did last week. And just feeling my right hip at my chair here, like my BFF. That's good, Leslie. And then we'll bring weight into the right foot. I'm gonna pick up my left heel and open the knee to the side. Okay, so this might be enough for me today, keeping my toe on the ground, or I might have a little bit more bandwidth to balance. And today I could just rest both hands or one hand on my heart. Maybe it's just one hand on the chair, one hand on the heart. Whatever version of tree you want to practice, I just invite you to find some stability, and relaxation is the key for balance. Just relaxing into it, softening into it. That's good. Maybe you can take one more breath. Oh yeah, feeling the effort there, right? And then kick the right leg out. That's awesome, guys. So good to see you with this self-care today. Come around to the other side. Just feeling my BFF up my left hip. Weight will come into that left foot. Pick up the right heel. Opening the knee to the side. I'm just taking my time, building my foundation. And from the foundation, I bring my attention to my core. And only then, when I've got all of that zipped up, can I find this heart space, right? Hands on the heart, maybe one hand on the chair. Just finding a few more breaths with me here. Nice. I love it, Bill. Beautiful. And releasing when you're ready. And just kicking out that left leg. Making any other movements that you would like to while you're still standing. Maybe you got a little shake in your booty. You want to shake it out a little bit. And if you're ready to come sit, again, transitioning really mindfully, like slow it down purposefully. Make your chair wait for you a little bit. Then I'm going to come to sit. Find my sip of water, any other movements. Beautiful, Helena. Talk about heart opener. Yeah. So let's take hold of the edges of the chair again, and we'll open the chest up. So as you can see here from the side, I'm just holding onto my chair. I'm at the edge of my chair. I'm lifting my heart. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together. And I'm just opening here. And you could lift the head up and back. I'm not going to do that for me, but that might also feel good. So breathing in, breathing out. One more breath. And then releasing, letting the arms dangle and coming back to your good posture as we cross the right ankle over the left knee. So right ankle over the left knee for a bit of a hip stretch, and why not a little massage of the foot while we're here, if that's in your practice today. Yeah, that's good. And even just sitting like this, I can already feel quite a bit of sensation in my hip. But if you wanted to go ahead and take hold of your shin or knee, sit up a little bit taller, breath in. Exhale, reach the heart forward whenever you feel ready, right? Maybe the foot still needs a little love. And as I'm hinging at the hip, I'm keeping my back straight. And I'm just noticing sensation in that right hip area and taking a breath or two. And sitting up nice and tall, I'll cross my right leg all the way over and maybe circle my ankle a few times. Open the arms out to the sides. And I'm going to take a twist to the right. Use all your core strength to do this. Breath in. Exhale, twist. Come back to center. Inhale. Exhale, twist right. One more. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right as far as you can go, and then bring the hands down to support it. Mine is on my leg and my chair. Maybe you find something else that feels more supportive to you. So I'm twisting to the right, and I'm peeking over my right shoulder, not with any strain on my neck. Maybe I even use my eyes, the eyes moving to the right edge of my vision. Still breathing. And then slowly make your way back to center, and we'll switch it up. Left ankle over the right knee. The side could feel different, so honoring that and maybe giving that foot a little love. Can't tell you enough about working with the feet and how important it is, not only as we age, but just as human beings who need to stay grounded in this culture of go, go, go. So I'm going to grab onto my shin or my knee, sit up nice and tall. Breath in, and as you exhale, maybe you move forward, maybe you don't. Moving forward because I feel like I could experience more sensation here, keeping my back flat. That might be enough, right, to stay where you are. Just breathing into it, not pushing through discomfort. That's good. When you're done, right? Maybe you need more. And we'll come up nice and slow and cross that left ankle all the way over, or left knee all the way over the right knee. And I'm just going to roll my left ankle. I'm already feeling so much better than when I started the class. What about you guys? You feeling better? Feeling good? Feeling okay? I shouldn't always assume that better happens because it doesn't always happen. Open the arms out to the sides. Breath in. Twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. One more time, we'll inhale center. Exhale, take that strong twist to the left and bringing the hands down in support of your twist, right? So the hands are not doing the work. Your core is doing the work. And then maybe you could take a peek over that left shoulder and even use the eyes. One more breath. And then making your way back. And we'll take one big stretch. Leg stretching, arm stretching, any other movements you feel like we didn't hit today that you would like to before we dive into a little bit of meditation. So taking any other movements, taking that sip of water, maybe a little side bending. We didn't feel like we side bended a lot. Yeah, moving the face. I love it, Helena. Such a good idea. Like opening the jaw, sticking the tongue out, maybe even I know I must look like a freak. It's okay. And then I'm going to take, and this is a totally optional idea here. It's a pillow or a couple blocks, and you could come into your bound angle. So we've been doing this lately at the end of our class, coming into a bound angle pose with the soles of the feet together, knees drifting apart. And I like to have something to kind of hold onto on my lap, but that might not feel like you need it, right? So finding what feels best for you. And if you're somebody who practices on the floor easily, you could even get on the floor. I'm going to lay my right hand down and place my left hand on top. So the palm of my right hand is up, and then the palm of my left hand is up on top of that, and my thumbs can touch in what is called dhyana mudra. Dhyana means meditation, and it is one of the limbs of yoga. So asana, physical postures, is one limb. Pranayama is one, and meditation is one. And there are a whole bunch of other ones, but these are the three that we typically use in our classes. So I'm coming into a meditation posture. I'm also in, a hip opener. So if this ends up not feeling great for you, you can always come out of it. So I'm just going to sit up nice and tall and see if I can soften my gaze. Close the eyes if that feels safe for you, and just let all those areas of the body where you're holding tension soften and release. Just let yourself relax for a moment. Maybe you can find some easy breaths. Just following the breath in and out. Breathing in and out for the same length if possible. So balancing the breath. For me, I like to internally count. So I might get up to 3 or 4. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. Or I might make it to 4. So doing what feels best for you. Equal parts breath. I find that the counting really helps me focus. Can you keep your attention on your breath, moving in and out? And can we take 10 breaths in a row? Always coming back to the breath. you have completed your 10 breaths, you could always stay here. Or if you're ready to shift your posture, you could bring the feet down on the earth. Maybe you'd like to keep the pillow in your lap or make any adjustments. So we're going to move to another meditation, very brief meditation today. And then we'll close with another seed syllable chant and a community chat. Okay, so like to include a little bit of this, a little bit of that in our classes, not just physical postures, because I am honoring the roots of yoga by doing that. By only taking the one thing I think is beneficial, I am not doing service to the ancient practice of yoga. So I hope you guys realize that I'm doing something here that is, it's challenging because I find myself, I'm like a mover, I want to move, but this is the practice. This is how we find freedom in body and mind. So anywho, let's come to our second meditation. It is again revisiting the loving kindness meditation. So if it felt useful to you, you could rest a hand on the heart, or you could just keep the hands in Dhyana Mudra, whatever feels good to you. And today at the end here, instead of envisioning yourself as we did at the beginning, I'd like you to envision the students in our class. And maybe they're not here in this live class, or maybe we haven't practiced with them in a while and we are thinking of them. Maybe there are students that you've seen in other classes too, but just our yoga community, and visualizing that yoga community and filling up your heart with kindness and compassion for those of us who may be experiencing some challenges right now. And sending these words to them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. And may you be at ease. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. And may you be at ease. And then perhaps you can widen out your awareness a little further. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Maybe it's just, the town you're living in, all the people in the town. Or maybe it's something even wider. Maybe it's widening out to everybody, all beings. Seeing if we can hold all beings in our hearts for a moment and offer these words of compassion and kindness. Breathing in. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be at ease. One last time, envisioning all the occupants here of our earth. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be at ease. Thank you so much for practicing today. We're going to close our session today with the seed syllable that is connected to the heart chakra. And this seed syllable is YAM, Y-A-M, somewhere between Y-A-M and Y-U-M, just like all the other seed syllables we've been working with. So if it feels useful to you, feel free to chant along. Today we're going to do 4 YAM seed syllables. Okay, just opening the heart up, breathing in. Yum. 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 And if you would like to bring your hands to heart center and close with the sound of one Om, sealing our practice with an Om, inhaling. Om. And thanking you so much for your practice today. Namaste. Those of you who are here live, feel free to stick around and chat. Let me know how you're doing.